Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is day 23rd of 100 days of trading. Today I took a trade in gold in the New York session and I did a very blunder here, a beginner's mistake that costed me my yesterday's profit, and that mistake took me in a drawdown this week. That mistake has affected me mentally and it is very disturbing. So let's come on charts, the logic behind the trade and the mistake and the confirmations is explained on charts. So let's come on charts. If you see here, I took a trade here. I took it in the New York session. The logic was very clear here. As you can see, the markets were consolidating. After consolidating, it came near the resistance here. First, it gave a fake bounce like this. It gave a fake out. It's not fake bounce. It gave a fake out here. After giving fake out, market just started to invite sellers here below the resistance. It started to invite here and it just gave a fake bounce and it just closed upside. As it closed upside, what I noticed is that as it is inviting sellers, there is a liquidity of sellers here who have shorted their trade here. And as there is liquidity available, if the market comes above the support, we can plan some longs. That was my logic here. The logic was simple. It is based on liquidity and there is weak strength in selling. As the sellers are invited, there is weak strength in selling, and there is, as sellers are invited, there is liquidity of the sellers upside. As there is liquidity of the sellers upside, the market can go up, take the liquidity and go upside. So I planned a trade here above the resistance. As you know, so I just went into 5 minutes time frame here and I planned a trade here above this swing. So slowly market came near my entry and here my entry got triggered. As my entry got triggered, I just entered the trade here. As I entered the trade, in one go it went few pips in my favor and in one go it just hit my SL. As it hit my SL, what blunder I made is I did not place my SL in Exness. I tried to exit it manually and I exited the trade here. And as I exited the trade here, the trade went in much loss. And you can see, these are my losses today. My whole yesterday's profit, my whole weeks of hard work went in just 5 minutes here. And I'm closing this week in a drawdown of $2.85. So yeah, not placing my SL here costed me the trade. Although the trade did not go in my favor, but that's another thing here. I would have exited with the minimum loss and I would have protected my capital here, protected my few dollars here. But here, not placing my SL had a major impact on my mindset. And I just lost all my week's profit, all my week's gains in just 5 minutes. So yeah, although my logic was not correct, the odds did not play in my favor, that doesn't matter, because here I just followed all my rules. As executed here, following all my rules, it's a win for me this side. But not here. I just lost all my capitals here. This is a mistake which I made, a beginner's mistake which I made here. So yeah, this is not how we play in the markets. As I'm not a beginner anymore. I knew some basic rules of the market. I knew how the market works. I'm not a beginner here, and if I make these kind of beginner mistakes, I'll never be profitable. Yeah, one thing which I'll do from the next trade, which I'll be following and which I have followed previously, that I'll enter the trade before placing my, I'll enter the trade after placing my stop loss. That is the trade, that is what I will do, and I'll make sure that whenever I enter the trade, I'll enter the trade after placing my stop loss. Yeah, all my this week hard work, this week patience, this week dedication have gone in 5 minutes. I was happy that I will close this week in green in spite if I lose this trade. But this one shitty mistake had made me, in a drawdown, and I'm disappointed with myself here. But yeah, things are happening, and it was my mistake. I accept that. But what winner does in the situation, that he will, focus on the next thing. He'll focus on the future, what we can do here, what changes we can make here, and that is what I will do. I'll make some changes. I'll again come back. It's not about, if I fail from here, it's not about quitting or it's not about leaving. It's about how I come back from here, and I believe in myself. I believe in my analysis. I believe in myself, and I will come back from here. I'll stay patient. I'll stay confident. I'll only take quality trades, and I will come back from here. And that is what I'm sure about it. Next week we will end this week and the next week in profits. Even if it's a small profit, doesn't matter. We'll end the next week in greens, and I promise myself that I will take A plus trades. I will take trades with full confidence. I will take trades where I am fully confident. I will take A plus setups, and I will promise myself that I will come back in the next week and we will end the next week in green. That is what I promised today. And yeah, we'll just end today's video. I hope you guys understood the logic, the bloody shitty mistake which I made today, the logic behind my trade, how the one mistake costed me my entire week of hard work, my entire week of profits and everything. I hope you guys have learned from my mistake. I hope you guys have understood each and everything of this trade. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.